Welcome to the No Name MMA Show.
Welcome back to the best damn MMA podcast you've never heard of, the No Name MMA Show. Thank you for joining me on this lovely Sunday, October 23rd. Shit, it's almost that time. Spooky season is upon us. Figured it would be easier to do this on the day that I have off because I want to do a quick recap because that fight was, the whole card was fucking crazy. And yeah, some of y'all are just acting like you don't know how to score a fight. Keep in mind that you have to know the fucking criteria that these motherfuckers are using. So it is what it is. If you don't understand how they score the fight, then yeah, you might be upset. But it was a pretty fucking close fight in my opinion. And there's lots of different factors that go into it, especially what the judges go for. But before we get into any of that, let's give the proper respect to Bilal Muhammad being the only one to deliver a finish versus not a finish, like an actual finish on feet, not a submission. Yeah, he was the only one that was able to defeat Sean Brady. It's 15 and Bilal now hold that L. And wow, this definitely makes the win over Vicente Luque even more palpable. Yeah, even despite the jiu-jitsu prowess of Sean Brady, is just another example of wrestling being better than jiu-jitsu, in my opinion. And what a fucking win. Dana White is trying to set up apparently Khamzat versus Colby Covington, but if either of those motherfuckers do not want to fight, get my boy Beneil in there because Beneil. We'll be talking about that. Sorry, Freudian slip. Another wrestler that's a bit on the boring side but deserves the world. Yeah, Bilal Muhammad is just game, and at this point he is knocking on the fucking door, and this is MMA. Anything can happen. Who knows? We end up somehow in a weird reality where Bilal Muhammad versus Leon Edwards happens and Bilal gets the win over Leon. I have no idea what the future holds for us. I just know that I trust the MMA gods to deliver. Yeah, he needs to be calling for a backup at any point in time to be like, hey, if either one just not decide to man up and get the grapes that I have, I need to fucking be there. I need to be the guy that's either fighting Colby Covington or Khamzat Chimaev. And he says I can make 178.9. It doesn't matter. Yeah, performance of the night honors as well. He is now on an 8-fight win streak, and that does not include the whole Leon Ipoke thing that happened in March of last year. Moving on, we had Maiden PR against Caitlin Chukagian. That went to a decision, obviously. It ultimately went to Maiden, who is now on a 5-fight win streak, pretty much just asking for another fight before Valentina. Apparently, in the post-fight press conference, she says that she's actually ready, so we'll see how that goes. I would love to see her versus Grasso for the title contender shot. And also, this is all just not mentioning Tyler Santos at all. Like, I don't know why that's happening, but I feel like she should be in the conversation a lot more than she actually is. Moving on to the second fight of the fucking card, my fucking Benny Boy. Benny Boy gets the job done with a unanimous decision, sorry guys. Mateus Gamrot, which was just a grappling fucking powerhouse showcase. Gamrot only landed 4 takedowns after 19 attempts. And I feel like that this is a very clear way that we can, the sport itself, make itself more modern. There should be rewards for the takedown defense. I don't think that gets considered enough. I think if somebody, even if they get you down 4 times, you should still, if you've rejected 15 of those attempts, you should get props for that. Like, you should not be getting this, you shouldn't be getting enough brownie points just because you rejected a takedown defense. You should be also rewarded for not getting taken down by your opponent. But that is something that is not in the criteria. So yeah, he knocks him the fuck down. The Christian Crusader Beneil Dariush pulling the ultimate fucking American move, going to Saudi Arabia or whatever, Abu Dhabi, and spouting the Christianity top of his lungs, coming out to a Christian rock song. That is the scariest motherfucker with the most ill intentions, coming into the holy land of Muslim Christianity or whatever the fuck. And he's just like, don't be scared, guys. Don't be scared, Iran. Come to the Christian side, to the power side, you know, the ones that have the stuff. But yeah, what a fucking dog. Just the whole time. I didn't get what I wanted, which was ultimately a call out from him. But yeah, just the best for Benny. You'll have to sit your violent ass down and wait for the winner of Islam versus Volkanovski, which we will talk about later. But before we get into the weeds with that, we have the motherfucking Sugar Show winning a close fucking decision. And it was a close motherfucking fight. And if you don't think it was fucking close, then you're a fucking jabroni because you're a fucking idiot. Guys, come on. The first round there was a difference of 4 strikes. 4 strikes. And yeah, strikes aren't the whole fucking decision. But remember, the criteria are damage, duration, dominance. So the first round was close enough. Second round, obviously it was PETR Yan's. The third round, though, you're telling me that you're not going to score that for Sean O'Malley based on that criteria? Damage? Bro, come on. Yan was hurt. Yes, Sean O'Malley was hurt more. But who showed damage more? Yan's face. So even if you score it that way, you could easily be like, well, it is 1-1. And it all comes down to the first round. How close was it actually? And for me, it was fairly fucking close. So depending on how you score the first round, I'm surprised that a lot of the reporters scored it 30-27 based on the criteria. We have to use what is given to us by the commission. We can't just score however we want to score a fight. We have to score it how a judge would score it. And people are like, oh, that was clearly... Shut the fuck up. Acting like you've actually scored an MMA fight in real life. Stop it. Stop it. I don't want to hear it. It was close enough. Close enough. And it happened the way that a lot of people thought it was either gonna be a crazy KO or it was gonna end up being Sean O'Malley by decision, possibly split. It was gonna be a close fucking fight. I was saying it the whole week. It's gonna be fucking close. But I don't discount Sean O'Malley in this. PETR Yan started a little bit earlier than I actually thought he would, but it was fucking close. And Sean O'Malley put in work. Come on. We're not going to be saying that he didn't fucking put in work because, dude, getting a close win against PETR Yan should still fucking be a fucking scout's honor. I'm one of the elite in the bantamweight division. I'm clearly top 5. I'm able to hang. This is nothing but a win for Sean O'Malley, and I thought I was going to jinx him. I did not. So, props to him for making me look good. And yeah. You also have to keep in mind that the way you're scoring it in the best seat in the motherfucking house. A lot of these officials, they're not able to actually have the monitor view that you are having. They have like a tiny little phone sometimes. Sometimes they have to rely purely on what they're seeing from cage side. So some of the stuff that are more nuanced to us that we can kind of tell and break down and be like, oh my God, that's a clear win. They don't get the chance to see that. So I just think that in a close fucking fight where one person did more damage, I don't think it's the craziest fucking thing that they might have fucking won the fight, to be completely fucking honest. And I think some of the people that are upset need to really see if they're upset because Sean won or if they're upset because PETR lost. And I think once you break that down and you really kind of process that, you can begin to start sucking on that rainbow colored nutsack. But yeah. And even though I did say that this was going to be a close fight between Sean O'Malley and PETR Yan, do not get it fucking twisted. Sean O'Malley's going to go out there and he's going to be fighting Aljamain Sterling and he is going to get dominated. That is if he fights him right away, because Sean, per him, says that I am going to be renegotiating my contract because, oh my God, which, yeah, baby boy, get that money. Especially after that motherfucking fight. Holy shit. But speaking of the Jamaican sensation, Aljamain Sterling beats up a crippled man for about 10 minutes after TJ Dillashaw posting after a takedown after a shoot by Aljamain Sterling. dislocates his shoulder. It was the shoulder that he had gotten operations on, surgeries on to fix while he was on suspension. He fought for half the round in the first round with it. And then the corner massaged it into place. And at that time, there was just a lot going on for him. There were rumors earlier on in the week that there was an injury. He wasn't hitting mitts before the fight. During open workouts, he didn't really work out. He was just talking to fans. And then after seeing the shoulder get popped into place so easily, it kind of just... It looked like it was a recurring issue. They looked too calm dealing with it. TJ was like, kind of just like, oh yeah, my shoulder's out. Can we fix this? And at that point, I was just like, okay, this happened a couple of times. Like, this wasn't the first time. It didn't happen one time alone in the week up. Like, this happened a couple of times. But that was just like, my little MMA conspiracy brain, like, oh, he didn't hit mitts, he didn't do open workouts, his shoulder popped back in place so easily after getting some treatment. And then after that, he goes out there, it gets fixed, it pops back out of place in the second round. Aljamain Sterling gets the back, finally finishes off TKO style. It gets called because he cannot intelligently defend himself. After the post-fight with Aljamain Sterling just being cringe as fucking, trying to rhyme everything that he could fucking say. I don't know why. Just practice a little bit. I don't know. Just something. But don't be looking like a fucking simp out here, guys. Not if you're champion. Anyway, so he goes out there and makes a fool out of himself. And then TJ Dillashaw gets interviewed by DC, and he says that his shoulder had been dislocating out of socket about 20 times throughout his whole camp. And hearing that just makes me just bummed, especially because TJ is a higher caliber athlete. He's 37 now. He's gonna have to get another surgery on this. There's no way he doesn't. So after getting surgery, he's gonna be about 38. It's a shoulder surgery, so it's gonna be like in a shoulder that's been injured before. And to go out and not have that kind of control, it's just I don't know. Nothing taken away by Aljamain Sterling. He played, he performed. He did his fucking job. And TJ was unable to because of his body just breaking down. But yeah, it's a tough loss. I think the management, I think the corners, I think his coach, Dwayne Ludwig, failed him. I think he should not have been fighting. Like, why fight on that kind of shoulder? It did exactly what you thought it would do. It had been dislocated 20 fucking times. So why are we putting him out there like that? But yeah, good on Aljo for the win, even though he says that he is considering moving up in weight due to the hard weight cut down to bantamweight. Obviously, trying to pass the torch onto Merab Dvalishvili. But yeah. We then had the main event between Islam Makhachev taking down Drew Bronx in the second, finishing him via submission, which was fucking dope. There was something that went down between Abubakar Nurmagomedov and Khamzat Chimaev after Islam had won. The whole situation was ultimately resolved with the breaking of bread between the two, and Khabib just kind of having like a little like Muslim press conference. And then fucking dictator Kadyrov made an appearance via a voice call. I don't know. But yeah, Islam is now riding an 11-fight win streak and is set up to fight Alexander Volkanovski, which will definitely take place in Perth now, so we don't have to wonder what's going to happen in Brazil. Charles Oliveira is the fighter with the most hits against Islam. You might be wondering, how many times has Islam had been hit in a round or in a fight? The most times, 19. He landed 19 strikes on Islam Makhachev, bro. And that was the scariest version of Charles, too. So yeah, Father's plan did not fail. And oh my god, the Charles Oliveira era at lightweight was one of the most fun eras at lightweight of all time. Just fun, exciting, crazy performances, highlight reels of just minutes of time. So much fucking fun. He vows to return. He wants a fight soon. I think he'll end up getting a fight in Brazil. And if you're asking me, Benny, fucking feed him, Benny. Beneil Dariush gets that fucking fight, and you do that in fucking Brazil. And Benny will fucking deliver. Again, I have touted Benny as the uncrowned champ at lightweight for a minute now. He's just too plain Jane. But yeah, UFC 280, fucking amazing. That is it for this recap. Talk at you guys next week. Invest in your mental health, and as always, fuck you, John Jones. There is a champ at lightweight. His name is Islam Makhachev. Peace.
Call me a... I know what he calls you. Call me a fatherless bastard, dude.